Hello and welcome to ozfortress Season 33. It's week 7 of the Premier Division. We're going to be watching Freakshow versus 30. Joining me is going to be Wiethoofd on production and Elmo as co-cast. Yeah, always a Paulson Pov mid, that's where all the interesting action is. Does look like Matt is getting a little bit more space than Daz is at the start here. Oh, no, that is a lot of space being taken in. Connor's already in onto Matt. That's a lot of forward momentum coming out of Freakshow, sorry. Unfortunately, doesn't really go too well for them. Most of the players getting cleaned up quite handily. Dork is getting out with Miramu though, so they're gonna still have that Uber for defending last.
Okay, it definitely wasn't a Paulson Pov mid, but they basically just destroyed their soldiers, and Daz tried to help and kind of just got destroyed too. Basically just like a perfect DM from Swari, and they just easily cleaned it up.
Yeah, definitely what you expect from them. No, seeing an engineer coming up now from Dork for defending this last. How exactly do you think this push is going to come out from 30?
I mean, Freakshow tend to have a pretty solid defense. They'll just build the typical gun and solely on the fence to stop them, solely under and on the fence to stop them spamming it. So they kind of just need to take a side with their demo and spam the gun before they do anything, which looks like they're about to do on right side.
A lot of players clustering around under at the moment.
I'm not sure if they've seen the gun yet, which has now been moved into the hard to spam spot.
I've actually completely lost the gun as well.
Yeah, he's moved it up to the rock. It's kind of more right than the typical spot. He can get hit from drop down, but they just assume their solis will stop it, and right actually just gets skyboxed.
Ooh, that goes pretty nicely for them. Paulson is also actually and does get deleted as well. He gets the dispenser pick though.
And Matt dies as well to Connor. He just sneaks in there onto bats. He does die, and Aisha somehow kills Fane under as well. Probably didn't need the sack there. They should have just walked in, but I don't think they realized.
Yeah, probably not. That is actually because Aisha was really low. Nope, there's the Lao arrows you were talking about. That does kind of prevent them from pushing out. Now they are 2 players down because of that sack, like you said. They still have the gun up, however, so not really a big opportunity for 30 to push this. However, it does look like they are trying to get a little bit of space in lobby now for maybe another play in. Probably not another double sack because of the gun, right?
Yeah,
right?
I think they'll be a lot smarter with it. Like just then, right, and Paulson are trying to take right, but then they're going to need a bit more help to get through this position. You really need your demo for or a scout to bully the soli off and then spam. But yeah, right's actually just going for it. I think they're just trying to go so high that the gun can't stop them and just... Okay, that was a really weird play. Paulson shot the gun and right just kind of got smushed. I'm not really sure what the idea behind that one was. Bit of a miscommunication. Fane's gone all the way behind though.
He's gone very high and going right on top of Lao, does get killed by Aisho and Cookie in midair, so that's not going to be able to be a push out for Freakshow. However, again, this is kind of a sort of very stalemate position at the moment since they still have that gun up. One soldier down, however, does give it a little bit of a better opportunity to spam it down if 30 wanted to try to do that. However, Fane is coming up any second now.
Yeah, I think they'll probably eventually just try and go hard and spam the gun, or just sack again and go, yeah. They just got trading actually. Aisha's just run in. It's pretty bad though. Aisha dies and they haven't forced, so this will definitely be a push out from Freakshow, but I'm sure Paulson and someone else is probably going to try and back up. I don't think they'll just let them take this for nothing.
Paulson is in cheese right now. Does look like he's doing some jump behind with Cookie actually. The Uber has gone back to stop them though, and that has cleaned both of them up, giving a neat 2-player advantage for this push out from Freakshow, which should allow them to actually roll into mid as well from the second.
I think you'll take that though, because you got the force and they had to spend the whole time killing the back cappers, and if they don't, then you just win. So you don't really lose that much. You'll still have ad, and you were always going to lose mid anyway, unless the Uber was a complete disaster. I don't think that's too bad from Swari, or they'll be pretty happy, because they can just re-push here with ad and get mid back for free at least, if not kills and mid.
Fair enough. I mean, Freakshow does have an opportunity here to try to get the force on the way in, and that is actually the Uber out for just Connor's life, it seems, if Daz can survive, but he doesn't.
They're getting back up though. Dork's behind, and there's no way they can stop this, I don't think. Even Riot won't make it back in time. I don't think he'll get to he won't get to last, no. Oh, and Riot domes him. But yeah, really good play from Dork.
The Uber is also up for Miramu as well, so if his team does get here in time and holds off these aggressive players from 30, then they've got a big opportunity to try to convert the second and push on to last. Does get recapped by Cookie, however.
Yeah, they won't mind that because they still have pretty big it's still it'll still be 50-40%. So in the end they did get a few kills. They Ubered probably earlier than they wanted to. I'm not sure if they just did it, but yeah. But the Dork backup really made it for them, otherwise it would have been a disaster still. And they're just Ubering in right here. Gun's going to go down, only level 1, but they haven't really done anything else with the Uber.
Paulson already going very low. There is a lot of space being taken on this left side, but the Uber has faded just for Cookie as well. Right taken down as well, and that's really good point pressure from freakshow. Does manage to get the first cap.
Yeah, they didn't really do a whole lot with the Uber, but they took out left spawn, and then both Solis kind of committed for point before it was really capped, and just in the end they all just kind of got low health and smushed back into spawn for an easy cap.
Is going to mean another mid. You know, last time Paulson was the only one who died, I think, on 30. So we'll see if his magic charms come through again this mid. Space being taken on the top, mainly by 30 at the moment. Seems like they're being the more aggressive team at the moment. Paulson already going into IT. I completely forgot actually what that room's called. Kitchen. To go behind. Yeah, there we go. It's been too long.
Very slow mid though so far. Early, they must have realised that Cookie and I shall probably just smush. Jumping now high by Connor. He is getting destroyed, but so is Matt. And really good jump from Feint as well. Feint's in behind. Loud doesn't know. He's kind of beefing. Oh, but he does get him in the end. Really good rockets in the end. Miramu also dead though somehow.
Yeah, Miramu got launched up over the house and eventually cleaned up by the players that were aggressive across the point. Just down Dork left though. Dork is very far out of the fight. He wasn't a spawner, was he? Yeah, I think he just walked out of that one.
No, he was just alive at the end.
Yeah, so...
very, very chaotic mid that one. A lot better in the end for... Went better for freakshow, but they still lost in the end. At least not all the way back to last, so they can at least hold second and have a bit of hope of pushing out quicker.
Thankfully for them, they also managed to get the enemy team's medic as well as Miramu dying, so they're not going to have any uber disadvantage here. They're setting them in an alright position, especially like when you're one round up. Even though there's still a lot of time left on the clock, 22 minutes. The more rounds you have, I feel the chiller you are mentally, because you're not on the massive... You don't have the massive onus to sort of make something happen and do any risky plays.
I mean, yeah, like you said, I don't think the 1-0 at this point is going to change anything, but I assume it's just going to be a double bomb in here. Paulson's kind of just been spotted though and get absolutely shredded, and Wright's not going to even try. I think they definitely needed to put more pressure on the scouts there, because Dork just watched Paulson the entire way and smashed him basically before he even jumped up.
Dork is following along with the viewers at home.
Yeah.
And watching Paulson.
It didn't really lose anything in the end because Wright survived and they couldn't even sack. That's the trouble. Even if you lose like 1 or 2, it's still really hard to get into mid on this map.
For sure.
Try again.
Looks like they are moving a little forward to pressure a bit more this time. Wright's already set up the insaw to jump. Looks like Paulson's going to go with. Or maybe they're just spamming out, taking space on the right side. Does look like they are going for the aggressive play. Yep, there's the double bomb all the way into the back lines. Does get some pretty good rockets on Miramu, splashes around a lot of damage, but both of them do end up dying for their troubles, for no frags on the side of freakshow, which is going to prompt freakshow to make a push here. Looks like they are aiming through upper saw.
Oh, nice trap though by Matt, but yeah, that was a really good surf from Miramu. Like they do this, like Paulson jumps half a second after Wright, but Wright's fast rocket just surfed Miramu all the way away, and so they had no hope of getting him. But nice trap from Matt, just stops down in his tracks from getting a good trade-off. Looks like they're just trying to walk in here. I shall so far forward, just spamming the hell out of Dork. Oh, Miramu's so low. Oh, he gets the pack before he drops. Lau's gonna force here though, maybe. No, he just surfs away as well. Balls of steel on Lau there as well. From both medics, really.
Yeah, going so low. I mean, Wright basically committed suicide on top of Miramu there, leaving them on such low health. Like you said, he clutched the pack out, leaving them in a pretty decent spot. Both players are back up for both teams, except Connor's actually still down, so not really long enough to give any significant advantage to 30 though, so probably just another reset, another sack, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think if they keep doing that sort of thing, if they can actually pressure and Paulson and Wright can get in before they get smashed. Like, it looks like they're both in here. Oh, good rocket, but Wright's definitely going to force this time. Yeah, well done. Much better sack there. Getting it nice. Misses the first rocket, but smashes the second one, and he has to use. And they're not going to really get anything. Dork's in behind here, but there's no way he doesn't get destroyed.
Does turn out. Ooh, that does the force out
Matt
of Lau.
gets rollied as well, or no?
Oh no, I missed
Yeah,
that.
that's a really good force. Matt, I think, stickied himself after getting rocketed. Connor's dead here too, so they have lost a lot of people for that reforce, but they might just get enough people up in time. No, they won't. So good force in the end, but they still lose the point, so 30 won't feel too bad about getting forced there.
They are going to have the Uber advantage now as well, however, but of course pushing out of last is never exactly a really fun thing to do, especially because I feel like this last is so easy to get forced when trying to push out of it, not just because the back cap threat.
Yeah, if anything, you're like pretty happy if the other team, like, if you have 30 ad, or they have 30 ad and they try and push, because 90% of the time, even with like the nerf spawns, it's still like a disaster, and then you just waddle in and take last easily. But yeah, I don't think they realised, and they're just in full-on park the bus mode with some down sniper as well. Oh no, he's swapping off.
Yeah, I was just thinking, wow, they really did want to park the bus there. Setting up the sentry gun again. Their last hold with the two soldiers in these positions, like you said, above and below the fence, and the sentry gun in that spot, did work out for them very nicely last time, so it just looks like they want to continue doing it. No real fear at this point.
Definitely to have Matt not die. Wright's kind of beefed his jump. He's actually... Oh, the gun didn't watch him, and they weren't watching the door, so he's actually just showing his soldier his tier 6 Tempest jump, so it gets it easy.
It's
Easy force, and down
as
goes
well.
for it too, yeah. And that's really bad. They do lose Wright and Paulson, but Wright's jump was like really nice. It looked like he beefed, but he just got over the wall still and got him in the end. I don't think they realised the gun wouldn't stop him there, and now they're just walking in with 2-player ad.
Bit of a disaster scenario right now for Freakshow, but they do have their spawns back up. And that gun. That's why I love that gun spot. That's got down.
Oh, Matt, it's a fat double pipe though. That's 2 scouts in 1 pipe. They should clean up here. Daz is doing good damage on the point, but he'll surely get stopped.
Yep, just Murmu left, and that is a clean, well, relatively clean.
That was a real. Lau actually got skyboxed, and Aishao died because of it. But Matt, not sure where they were, but Matt killing both scouts with 1 pipe is pretty fat. Gets them the round win.
Pretty rough for Freakshow because, you know, that gun was doing a really good job at keeping that Uber out of their space, and they could have definitely won that last hold if it wasn't for, you know, 2 scouts dying at the same time. But back to the mid now. We've seen a mid go the way of 30 usually so far. Big jump out of Connor, gone behind, onto Paulson, gets cleaned up however. In the meantime, Miramu has gone down, and actually that's all of Freakshow really getting put through the meat grinder there.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster. I'm not really sure what the thinking behind jumping Paulson and then doesn't even kill him with the jump. Kind of just meant there was no pressure on the rest of them, and Dork's been spotted. He might kill Matt, no. Matt's and Ryder onto him, but yeah, absolute disaster there from Freakshow, and that's 3 out of 3 mids lost, so even though they're not doing too badly score-wise, they could be down 2-1 here, and having not won a mid, they definitely need to rethink what they're doing.
Sentry coming up on this left side that did work for them so well last time. Right now we are looking at 30 preparing to push. It looks like they are looking to push through this right side as well. They're going to be right on top of the gun. Not the really best place for them to be defensively. Already space on point here, although the heavy is out of spawn. And the Uber has faded at this point. So many low players on the side of 30. And actually, that's already Wright and Cookie down. And Paulson.
Yeah, they kind of went all in for the heavy and just didn't get him, and then in the end just kind of got mincemeated around there. I shall go for the back cap here though. They do have a Solly here, so they'll have to win the 1v1. But no, the scout gets back in time, and he probably would have lost anyway to Fane. So this will probably just be a free mid here. They won't even try and use here on Freakshow, so another very good last defense from them. Really keeping them in the game.
If you are Freakshow here, you do want to be a little bit worried after this mid of how exactly 30 is going to play this, because so far Freakshow haven't been the best at holding off in these stalemate positions outside of last. 30 has already pulled back to second, however. Do have a little bit of disad, but not really going to mean much. Although
Really
it does
good
look like freakshow's looking to play this super aggressively, and that force from Riot was so good for 30, however. And their defense here is just going to... I mean, this should roll back to mid easily, right?
Yeah, Fane's behind, but they do know, and Paulson will clean him up. So yeah, and then pretty disastrous. The mid getting stuck in the doorway and easily forced. And kind of same situation it was before. It's going to be tough to force though with only Connor respawning. Oh, they actually just use in, and Miramu, I'm not sure that was the smartest play. There was basically no pressure forward. They do actually just insta-kill, and iShell might get Miramu, but he's not hitting any shots. He has survived for so long somehow under, and he's still alive. Wow. Cookie kills Dork on the flank too. Yeah. They just need to chase iShell here though, like they can't let him escape. And he might kill Daz if he hits his shots, but his dodging is amazing. If his DM was just like a tiny bit better there, he would have got like 2 kills, but in the end, not a complete disaster for them. They do have Uber, but they haven't seen Right somehow. Oh, and probably didn't need to use there really, he didn't actually hit his shots.
Yeah, especially because those 2 going down does leave them with a 3-player advantage until iShow spawns, and they're really only getting mid off this, which seems to be, you know, not that much off what was a pretty decent situation for freakshow to be in.
I think that they're definitely going to do something. I don't think they realize how close to Uber it is. I know that they probably realize now when they're going back, but yeah, definitely probably didn't need a force there. A bit of a holy shit, there's a Sully in my face. And I just have to use or I'm dead when it really kind of missed. Yeah. 30 have been Ubering so early here, and pretty much like they get a kill, but then the rest of the team escapes, and Riot's actually going to go down to Fane. And Dork's going to survive, and they're just going to walk straight back in. Disastrous there for 30. Lau might be dead too. No good serve.
Fane actually still alive in the backlines. Helps killing
arrowed.
as
Yeah,
well.
he gets arrowed, and Paulson's actually going to kill him, but he'll die too, 100%. So from Uberad to basically actually an entire team dead, absolutely disastrous. Also, yeah, Fane destroying a player behind, and then Dork escaping, just let them walk all the way back in. Down gets headshot, but it shouldn't make any difference. They're all dead, just right, and some respawners. But no,
Freakshow have been
definitely
actually doing really well in these last pushes so far. These have been like a lot more decisive than 30's last pushes. Of course, they've had quite a decent advantage each time they've pushed it.
Yeah, overall their play's been better. It's just these mid fights where they've lost every single one. It's letting them down. Like if they can just nail a win, they see mid. They seem like they'll be able to take it to last compared to Soiree, which have only got 1 out of 3 so far.
Daz getting here, trading a bit of damage with Matt. He has the health advantage. The rest of 30 has arrived by now, however, and it looks like a pretty defensive mid setup for freakshow.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea. Just spam out rather than anytime they forward it, they've just lost.
Definitely,
So
I think
just
against
keep
Paulson
spamming,
Soldier on the other team, you know, spamming and waiting for the jump's going to be never a bad idea.
What are you trying to say? Looks like they're trying to. Yeah, Connor and Vayner eventually got bored and semi-committing. Yeah, but in the end though, yeah, they both have Uber here. Paulson's actually going to feed as well, but they get a good force out, and Lau's Uber's going to be 10 times better, unless Fane isn't behind, but they do know. But yeah, once again they get impatient and just go, and it's awful.
Vayne and Riot trading for each other. That's going to be probably a pull-up from freakshow. They don't have too bad on player disadvantages, but one of their players is a spawner, so 30 has secured yet another mid. Looks like they want to take this Uber aggressively into second as well, since they have most of their players there, and there's still those 2 down from freakshow.
But yeah, once again they kind of they committed to the spam and then eventually got bored. Connor's just going to go in, but there's no way he gets anything. Yeah, iShark can basically just stand still and shoot him. He'll probably spawn before it matters, so worth attempting, but full ad here. Hopefully more successful though for Soiree. Pretty early force though by Fane, and they haven't really got anything, and they're all getting out to spawn. They really need to commit to the point, but it's not going to happen.
That's Cookie playing point though, actually gets it very close to the cap, but finally the players do defend. That's the Uber coming out of Miramu actually, which is going to actually wipe out the Uber advantage for any further pushes.
And Paulson's going to go for it, but yeah, he gets absolutely destroyed by Connor. Probably worth it, especially since he's one of the people that use Pain Train, but yeah, in the end they'll be disappointed they had to Uber, but once again a successful hold. Well done by freakshow.
Yeah, sure. Unfortunately, it's now the big riot bomb right on top of the point. Daz going very low here. Gets healed up by Miramu, however. So they're not really going to get too much out of this. Connor's already going in with Thane as well. Both of them dying. Dork as well. That's going to force them back to last here in a pretty decent situation with 30.
The control point is being contested.
Yeah, they kind of got crushed there. I think they went a bit too aggressive once again into the meat grinder. They really needed to kill Lau if they want to commit that hard, and there's almost no chance they hold this. And yeah, while their good last holds have been well done, they've just lost too many mids and had to defend way more than Swari, and eventually you're just going to get crushed in that kind of situation, pushing out a last.
Yeah, and so they're resetting to another mid this time. We'll see how they manage to do this. So, do you think that they should just try to continue with the passive playstyle and just not lose their patience?
I feel like if they're going to double bomb, they just have to land and kill Lau and take that as a successful mid, because they've just kind of been bombing and not Lau, and they just die. And like, they'll probably die anyway, but at least if you go for Lau, you can kill him, rather than bombing Paulson. Eventually, once again, they do just go. And they do just go on Lau this time, but Lau is actually an incredible serve. He'll still die though, really nice second bomb by Connor. And they should surely win this mid, yeah. Cookie kind of gets let out to dry.
Right is in behind though, does get found by Down, he's dead. Matt's still in with Aisho. Aisho managing to clean up Connor there, but unfortunately he's going to get stuck in behind while Matt's dead as well.
Yeah.
It's nice cleanup.
Basically, Connor just destroyed that mid. Like, the one mid he didn't get insta-cleaned up, he basically killed the mid on his own. And then so many people were looking behind that, the Sully that was forward, and Cookie just kind of got cleaned up by themselves, so really well done to Connor there.
Our control point is being
Now that Freakshow finally has their mid win, they also have quite a significant Uber advantage in the red cap second. Looks like they're taking this pretty aggressive, going under to right, I think.
Lau is building pretty well, but no chance of getting. There is a gun in the corner, but it's only level 1. Oh no, he's rebuilding it actually.
Not enough, and that's a lot of point pressure.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Down looked like he was going to die on the point there to right, but got the meat shot, and then the rest of the team, they were just a bit too slow to do the copy the heavy strat that Freakshow had been using. But yeah, pretty much like the moment they get to last, they look like winning. It's just these mid fights have been so tough for them.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if they manage to pull it off again with the double ball into Lau. Of course, this time I feel the scouts from 30 are going to be a little bit more onto it with trying to keep Connor down like they have in the first few mids. Riot already going in for the double bomb with Paulson, forcing Miramu out and wiping him out. Paulson staying alive down that bottom, taking down both Down and Miramu. However, the rest of his team has been killed by the aggression from Freakshow.
Pretty typical snake mid, kind of like the second mid where both mids just pretty much die the moment they get double bombed, and then it's a bit of a just fight over, and then in the end though Freakshow just win this one out and take the mid, which at this point of the game with 6.5 minutes left you'll be pretty happy with. You can just do your sacks, don't go too over aggressive, and you pretty much force the other team into doing something that they probably would rather not if they were up rounds or up in time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at this stage, this is when the time does start to get more of a factor. And you do start to get a lot more comfortable if you are Freakshow. And getting a mid, even with even Uber, is never a bad situation for you to be in. Especially when you're a round up, and like you said, it is only 6 minutes left. So far, we've actually seen a lot of really good sacks from 30, however, but mainly onto situations like second or occasionally last. Mid is, of course, something that's a lot more difficult to get into, so how do you think 30 are really going to have to crack Freakshow here?
Well, the thing is, like, Freakshow can basically just take as much time as they want in this situation. Like, I assume they'll eventually double bomb, but it's like they can just wait till it's perfect for them. They don't really need to force it. Paulson's actually just dead here as well. Tries to go for like the flank kill, and just doesn't work out. So I'm sure there'll be some kind of push in here, or some kind of sack. Yeah, it looks like the sack, but really nice DM by Aishao.
That's actually a really big sack. The force has come out, but they've lost 3 players for that one.
Yeah, Dork full on committed. I'm not sure if that's the right call at this point of the game. I mean, it might just be they want to aggro Uber, and Cookie's actually just dead here. They should get the force. Yeah. Oh, he drops.
The drop.
Really nice damage there.
That actually was a great distract play from Cookie there, giving Riot the free in right on top of the medic.
Yeah, I think that one you just take the loss Uber and hold mid. Like, there's no real reason to like try and bait that hard when you're up. One Fang gets smashed as well. Kind of just cracking here. I don't think they really want to lose their entire team just to sacking here when there's not much chance of getting Lao, especially with like how good their defenses have been. I would just go back to last build and hope you keep doing what you've been doing the rest of the game.
Depending on how aggressively 30 wants to play this though, freakshow might not really have a chance to set this up too well. The sentry gun is being built, but you already have Uber coming up in about 5 seconds for 30, and they look like they want to take this pretty aggressively through right side. Of course the gun is on the left, but the heavy is on the right for them to clean up.
Yeah, the thing is, as long as the gun is semi-up and they can't bait the point, Aisha gets trapped on the point. This is a disaster, right? It's 100% dead as well if they can hit a rocket. Cookie dead as well, but yeah, pretty much just having the distraction. They're just kind of falling for the heavy, like they literally don't get a single kill. Like if they don't kill that heavy, the mid's just, like the last is just over for them. That's going for the meme play, which valiant effort, but yeah, if they just play this smart, there's as long as Miramu doesn't drop, they should just be able to like walk this and hold it last. Right is on sniper though and going for the sneaky kitchen peek.
This is where they got to expect something happening. The sniper has been spotted and forced out, so at least they're going to be able to pick up mid here without any use. They still have so much of advantage right now. Lau's meme play did cost them so much respawn time. So,
nice kill, nice trap on door. The sniper's actually behind here, and they're getting back capped.
No.
I'm not sure where the sniper's gone either. He's just behind.
Oh no! And Saw picks up the medic. That's disastrous for freakshow. They had so much.
Oh, and he body shots Daz as well from behind. And Downs is dead. Yeah, actually complete disaster. Door getting sticky trapped while on the sniper, and then they just get people behind and don't get any kills.
Yeah, that's some real pain and suffering for them, because now you have a very big Uber advantage coming out of 30. Sentry Gun's not quite up yet, and Uber's already there for 30. They're going to be pushing in right now. Is Freakshow going to pull off another miracle? Or...
Well, good thing is they have the sniper, so the heavy should be way less effective.
Yeah, pushing
like he should just be insta-headshot here, but he somehow is not being killed, which is very surprising. Right actually did die to Connor instantly, so Connor making the sacrifice. It's basically just a 5v5. Red's taking left, blue on right. Cookie's just capping though. They need a block. They haven't blocked. And they're half up, but Cookie and Aisha just get so much time, and they just smush onto the point.
That's pretty crucial for 30 there, because there's now 2 minutes left on the clock and times are tied up, which means that they can kind of afford even to, depending on how actually well they hold this. I mean... They can't afford a lot of things happening on this mid, as long as they don't just lose their medic and get rolled through the last by Freakshow. I'd say they're going to be pretty happy that there's less of a chance of them just being unable to push last to Freakshow stalemates.
Olsen and Rye kind of get smashed there though, and it's a 4v3 now. They're going to have to just leave. Cookie's 100% dead here, so there'll be kind of one more push at last, you would imagine, for Freakshow here, but it'll be even Uber, so it's going to be a bit rough.
Yeah, Freakshow so far hasn't had an even push onto 30's last, but I mean their last pushes have been quite effective so far. So we'll see actually how they manage to shape up in this position. Of course, we saw 30 being put in a similar position quite a few times. They tried to go for the double sacks, but didn't really work out too well. Does look like they are planning on just taking in the trade, like you said, and there's the Uber coming out of Freakshow.
Yeah, I was looking at him, actually he might know. He's in spawn and down gets dropped by the NG. Oh no, Widowmaker.
Yeah, that's going to be a good hold for 30.
You kind of have to try it though, because they're not going to push out, so it's kind of like, well, they do have Uber, but we had to try. Down might just like snipe. Oh, he's going Spy actually. You would have to expect this, but...
Yeah, for sure.
Even if you kill them, and it's still like a hard push with like the full gun there and the timer. Because is Down even going to get here in time? Oh, Dork dies in lobby, that's awful. And Down's actually been wall hacked by Riot. Yeah, and he's dead to Paulson. That's quite unfortunate. And they map change, so I'll stick to my 4-3 for 30, I mean, not Soiree.
Right, well, I'll go for a 4-3 for Freakshow here. If they get this mid, then I definitely think they've got the shot here. But Matt getting to that mid a little bit faster than Daz does. He stops to get the pack, And looks like there's just a more passive setup so far for both teams at the moment. Doesn't really look like there's a plan for a double sack coming out of freakshow.
Yeah, definitely taking my advice, just playing it more passive. Basically just don't want, there's no point going for it if it's just going to be bad. We'll wait for opportunity or wait for them to make the mistake. It does look like 30 is taking a bit better high position. Connor and Kane are eventually going now. It's not really working out for them though. And they just go back, and Dork's been absolutely crushed.
Yeah, they do actually keep all their players alive in that, which makes it not an awful situation for them, but now 30 has a lot more space here. Connor going down, his things starting out for pretty well for 30. Paulson already going in behind, maybe going to get a player onto the medic here. If he gets mirror move, ooh, he does get the drop.
Yeah, Lau forces, even though he probably didn't have to use, but yeah, mirror move dying. Once again there, they kind of just get bored and say, well, we kind of have to do something right, and their solos get crushed, and while they, like you said, they didn't die, it kind of just let them in a really bad spot, because Dork went forward to help, he got crushed, and then they were just in a bad position in low health. And then, yeah, thankfully, Fane did get the force in the end while Miramu dropped.
That's going to give them time to set up on this last. And so far, I mean, freakshow have been having these really good last holds, like you've been pointing out. 30 just not really doing the best at trying to crack them out of here. So, I mean, this is Golden Cap. Is Golden Cap still just infinite time, or how do they do it these days?
I'm pretty sure it says no time limit, so unless something's changed, I'm pretty sure they've always just been infinite time. Right's just going for his jump. He's actually just taking the fight here. Oh, they actually just use in. That's very ballsy of them. They've basically got no kills. They do get the gun, but they haven't got the force. They do get the force here, but they're actually all stuck in. Paulson and Aisha are going to get squished on the point. Thankfully, their combo will just waddle away, and they'll have tiny ad here. But yeah, very, very aggressive play there.
Doesn't go as bad as it could have done. 2 players down doesn't really give too good of an opportunity for freakshow to push out here, but it will let them just reset up on this last again. Really, 30 just not able to get too much done. But I mean, any play you make onto their last where they can't push out a last is really not the end of the world. I mean, the more tries you get is nothing that you can exactly cry about.
Yeah, Aisha on Sniper though, which is kind of surprising because I don't think I've ever seen him snipe in Australia games, especially since he's normally combo, and I'd say Cookie is more the accomplished sniper, but we'll see how he does. Probably pretty much the first sniper we've seen, apart from Downs 1 second.
Or the Riot sniper.
Yeah, Riot sniper actually. I forgot he was just too incredible.
Exactly, your mind blanked it out.
But, yeah, first scout one. Soldier snipers don't count, mate. They're disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. Not valid.
Just goes behind. Are you really a sniper at that point?
No.
He's getting in really far here. They obviously know, and he's not going to be able to do too much there. That being said, Golden Cap, you can just take your time. As long as he doesn't die and you don't feed to save him, it's pretty much fine. Because eventually you would hope he'd either go for something or he'd get a fat headshot. Just freakshow just need to like not lose their concentration and, you know, have a sneaky peek from drop down, and which he's trying, and just meme shot your medic.
Yeah, I mean, freakshow
he probably should have killed Daz there. Daz was mostly standing still, but the gun hit him like half a second. Cookie's dead as well. That's really bad for them.
That's not an opportunity for freakshow here. They've got the dispenser up on last, which, as we know, is a crucial cornerstone of the defense. Aisha is
right standing still though.
Right, Dork on sniper.
Yeah, Right was basically standing still, like walking back and forward and gets headshot. I mean, it's a pretty. I'm not really sure. Like, they're playing way too passive, I think, here. They had a 3-player ad, and they were still just sniper, and then eventually the sniper waddles in and gets sticky trapped. I think they could have been a lot more aggressive there.
Daz actually almost going down there to a really good aggression from Aisha. Dork already is dead as well, so I mean, and that's the big sack from Paulson. He dies. Player down on the side of 30. I mean, I'm expecting some kind of sack play out of freakshow here. They haven't been so aggressive so far. I mean, I'm pretty sure at the end of 6 minutes it resets to mid, so...
Yeah, they swapped sniper now, actually. Cookie. Aisha's done with his sniping career. Done to Cook.
That's it, it's over for him.
thinking it's a spy, but
It's probably just checking off classes, right?
yeah. He's quite slow with it though, but he's
Give him
eventually
time,
coming out. He's 30. He can be forgiven for being a bit slow in the brain.
TF2 is really not the best mental exercise, but he is back out now with his team. Cookie is, like you said, on Sniper again. No Sniper to answer him on the side of Freakshow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it's worth, because you just end up in a sniper duel and you don't really gain that much if you win, but it's really bad if you lose. I think Cookie, they should be trying to take right side for Cookie here. It's so hard to do anything at that angle. And Dork's kind of just taunting him by constantly jumping in front of him.
Sounds like a great way to get headshot.
Yeah, I think that, like, you really just want to get your, especially now, like, you really just want your sniper to be able to aggro peek on the medic here. He body shots the sentry. He is taking the right side now, and he's going to have a lot of space here.
Fan down and sentry down.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets the headshot. This should be the win for Soiree. He just walks in for free and headshots the medic because there's nothing to block it. It's 3v5 here. Has to be a huge effort from the soldiers and down here to block. And they're doing pretty well so far.
Pretty decently, yeah. Just
shortly over now, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Unlucky for them.
Pretty much played perfectly though. Like Paulson gets the kill, like the kill on Fane. And any predictions for this one as we get started?
I'll back Freakshow again, even though I do think that it might be a little bit of an uphill climb for them. Probably going to be pretty close, but you know, maybe 3-2.
I'll go 0-all, just to be boring.
0-all, alright. Good fun.
Dork is dead instantly though, as is pretty much, they're actually just getting min speed and they've gotten absolutely nothing done. I'm not sure how that's happened. My prediction in shambles, although Miramu does look like he will survive.
That's
He's
not gonna
already
be too
bringing
much
out
room,
the bad talk. Paulson's actually under the point here. They must know, surely. And Wright's just like spamming and Paulson, yeah, just leaves. But not a great start for them, but they've shown that they get out of these positions not too badly. I'm not sure how they just got mincemeated that badly though. Like, Fane killed himself somehow.
We
as
do
well.
It's not the best way to start things out, but we do already see the sentry gun being come up. Fane is dead, trading for Cookie here. That's not actually an awful trade for them to be under. Sentry gun is out from Dork. He's not covering the point with it, but that's alright. This is a really dangerous point for backcaps as well, because you know you get such good angles onto the point without even having to fight the enemy team.
Yeah, looks like Cookie's on spies. You're just checking. How boring.
Yeah, come out, you coward.
What a hardcore gamer. Yeah, looks like they'll probably just try and do point plays and spam the gun, I'd imagine, first. Right's kind of just going for trying to get kills. Yeah, the gun just goes down. Daz dies somehow dead as well.
Yeah, to Riot.
Aishar should die here though to Fane. No, he just survives. And Paulson's just straight in. He's stuck at spawn though. He will get cleaned up. No, they're just capping.
Yeah, Cookie already playing the point from under. They
somehow haven't been forced here. Muramu finally gets forced in the end though, and Lau is, I'm assuming, gone? Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. Oh, they just get back capped actually as well.
That's what I was talking about at this point, man.
Cookie
like,
Cookie, now that they're 1-0 ahead, is on the maps, not just this round, is showing his true colours. Most toxic gamer in OZfortress confirmed with that easy back cap and the big string of numbers. Hopefully this middle though will go a bit better for Freakshow, won't get instantly destroyed. Playing it a bit more passively, it looks like.
Right, and Paulson taking a lot of damage on taking space here. Riot already going down, Paulson not really getting anything. He goes down as well. Connor not really getting anything. Fane either. So really both team scouts doing their jobs here.
Cookie's actually just cleaning up though. All 3 kills and winning a duel and shit talking once again by Cookie. So yeah, as I said, Cookie turning his monitor on and it's going well for them so far.
Yeah, is it too late to amend my prediction to 3-0 for 30? Actually,
at least your team can win. I said draw. I guess it can still be a draw, just not a 0-all one.
Yeah, exactly.
Until golden cap, at least.
If it's a draw, you still get it. You know, it's still on it. But we are seeing another last out of Freakshow here. Another sentry gun being set up again. course, they haven't shown the same resilience on this last hole that they did on Snakewater. Like you predicted, this is definitely something that 30 is having an easier time pushing. And it does look like they are looking to get some aggressive plays with their soldiers already going into River.
Downs on Pyro, they're trying to defend the gun, which hasn't actually been placed, but obviously leaves you without scouts. Dow's looking like he's wanting to play a bit more passive though, which is probably the right call, because I think he got picked peeking River. So yeah, they're just going all in on the gun here.
Cookie's actually situated for a back cap again, or like at least a play into water at the moment, so...
Yeah, that's generally what you try and do is like while you sack, you put someone on the point. Daz does have it trapped though, so he might just blow up, but yeah, you put someone at the point, so when you jump in, they're focused on the point, or you just win. Rocket's absolutely slammed though. They somehow get the gun though during that, which is good on them. And Cookie, he's still under, they haven't somehow seen him. And Solies are both in River. Cookie will surely die here though, he does get the kill.
Yikes, you don't want to trade there, but that is 2 down on the side of 30.
It's hard
going
push,
to be able to push out though.
No sniper. I mean, they have a sniper and a gun. So Downs is going to go for the sneaky peeks. But yeah, once again, it's kind of like Snake, very hard to push out because the other team can kind of just either hold top or hold doors. So unless you get a big advantage, you can just hold second pretty easily.
I don't feel like it's so effective here to have the, this double stack on the gun. Because yeah, it might shut down these sacks here, but it doesn't really seem like it's preventing them from just getting spammed down. And like you said, you just don't really have any scouts or anything to challenge, like a player, let's say, like Cookie, just playing around in some disgusting to reach place.
Well, I guess they don't really want the scouts to try and have to 1v1, but a lot of the time of course, it gets absolutely destroyed on point. But yeah, the thing is, Riot's shown that he kind of knows how to somehow avoid the gun with his jumps, and yeah, they get it pretty easy anyway. Now they don't have any scouts. Riot somehow just jumped past Fane, and Fane just kills Cookie under. It's quite unfortunate. They are getting kills here, and eventually they do. I guess they pretty much just 4-manned, and it's probably pretty safe too, because they'll get spawns to fight, so they'll be pretty happy with that, even though they didn't actually get the force, because they'll still be able to fight.
Yeah, Paulson already here on second, slowing them down a little bit. Of course, most of the players are on mid. They kind of at this stage have to use to get into this. Unless, freakshow is just spammed out of this one.
They played it way too passive there. I think they assumed they'd be closer, but they were just waiting for their spawns. And so in the end, they took so long that they just died. Paulson's got absolutely crushed here. He's just going to be able to cap. Yeah. That's the thing, they're just down and they're trying not to force, and so just play the point.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
that's one of the dangerous parts of the
too passive, pushing out, it's kind of stuffed them there pretty hard, and yeah, very rough start for them so far, getting more crushed compared to last map, at mid-zen last. Yeah,
already 2 rounds down for them. See how they managed to handle this mid though. Riot and Paulson are ready for the double jump. They are going for it, but Miramu is so far out of this. And it's actually not looking too bad at the moment for freakshow. A lot of their players are very low health. They do have Riot and Cookie down.
Yeah, Dork somehow getting the kill on Paulson should lead them to winning the mid. Yeah, Paulson is barring him. They need to live though.
Yep, it's kind of exactly what they needed here to try to shift the momentum. They're getting actually pretty aggressive spam through this choke, but I guess they've got the position for it. Mid is going to be capped, and now it's going to be just seeing how freakshow manages to break the second hold.
I think they'll try and, like Matt's already got it covered, sticking in the under, but I think they'll try and take big door, and then just go behind, because it just gives you so many good options. You can just like sack in with someone in front, or just trade and then you have people behind that they have to keep an eye on, which is really tough. And yeah, both are gone behind already, and yeah, they know they're there, but it's hard to contest them in lobby because they can just play as a team, play as a pair. And Matt doesn't want to get too close to this door. Aisha's kind of just crushing Dork here though, but he's taken a lot as well.
Paulson actually moving up as well to defend
down
the
gets dropped though. Big mistake there from Miramu, dropping down, and now his players behind, but he doesn't have a scout at mid, which means he's just going to get chased. Aisha's kind of been abandoned here though, which is quite awkward. Although he's finally got players in really nice movement.
Dork and Fane are behind. They can't get this back cap, unfortunately, because I'm pretty sure second cap's at the same speed as mid, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically they weren't getting it anywhere too, so they are going to kill Paulson, but Paulson somehow gets the rocket off and killing it down. So a bit of a disaster down dying there. Just those small mistakes are really hurting them in this game so far. And Fane, there's no way he lives, and this should be an easy second for 30, you would think.
You'd think so. They are going in Paulson down, but big push into big door at this moment. Daz there to try to set them off a little bit. There's a little bit of munch ad on the side of freakshow here, but they seem to have their players in good enough position now to hold off any aggression coming from 30, unless, you know, Pauls can make some big play into 2 scouts from choke.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to get in there for free there, but probably the same thing's just going to happen. People will just go behind. Cookie does get cleaned up by Fane there. Probably the only thing so far this map that's gone wrong for him. But it's not, you don't really lose that much. It's really hard to sack into mid if they're watching well, and looks like they are. So just be a reset. Cookie maybe go sniper and try and take big door.
Surely a spy play.
No, called it, mate. Cookie feels himself on sniper. Oh no, he's just checking how boring. Surely he goes sniper.
There we go. See what he managed to do in this situation. Of course, you know, the longer this takes, the better it is. You know, you're 2 rounds up. I mean,
the thing is, even if you don't get a kill, it's like you kind of just can take so much room at big door because of how the map works that you kind of force the other team into trading. And if they drop someone like Miramu does, then they're in big trouble. Or if Cookie just like hits one of these, then they're in big trouble as well.
Also, kind of free way to get players behind if they wanted to. Of course, I don't know if that's the brightest idea when you have a sniper and
I mean, you
these
probably
players are
could
watching.
do it solely, but then that'll probably just tempt them to trade, and they'll probably go badly for you. Especially here as well. If Cookie gets bored, he can just sack and then do whatever as well. Because the med most of the time is just like standing pretty still in this corner. If you get the right timing. Oh, he actually almost gets Daz. He's warped so far in. Like, he's basically in lobby here, but they're spamming him just enough.
Yeah, this is a pretty tight situation for them at the moment. They're not really taking so much damage while they're in this big door area, which means they just have so much space to work with.
Yeah, they really just don't want to peek or trade, and so Cookie's just going to keep shooting. Eventually he'll kill someone, you would think. They're just not hitting him at all, even when he peeks. It's like little damage, so he can just keep peeking over and over.
Yeah, give him enough time and he's going to eventually hit something, and that's when the party's really going to start here.
Oh, like he almost body shots him in the leg. They do force actually, and it's really bad for them. They do get another kill from Daz. Really odd choice there to just Uber straight away, because they're not even going to get the force, and Daz gets dropped. So I think a bit of overkill or panic there. I'm not really sure. Just thinking, oh, the sniper's dead, we can go at them. But Lau knows that that's a possibility. It's just so far back, and once again a play gets dropped. It's just really bad for them.
So how do you think ideally they'd have to be able to get out of that situation?
I don't even, like, they could have traded, but like they have to spot Lau. Like they just hoped Lau was close because he'd been healing, but he just knows Cookie's dying and runs away there. So
right.
Like, I think trading is fine, but like you can't drop Daz as well, obviously. I think that was the main problem. If they hadn't dropped Daz, they probably could have forced or at least got more kills, but they're in it last now, and it looks like it should be a win here. They haven't really killed many. Down does die, but they've... Ashell's dead too.
Dorpret on heavy as well. He's actually proven quite a big blockade if he's still on this much health with the overheal. Yeah, that looks like a pretty crushed last
Daz,
push.
though. And Dork's in a really awkward spot. If Rai can actually get his rocket jump onto point, they should win this. Cookie's actually just going to cap again. Miramu's forced. Oh my god, he almost gets body blocked off the point, and Cookie eventually gets killed. Wow, that was so close in the end, despite.
I think Dork choosing to chase Cookie there, maybe not the best idea when, you know, your player disad and there's so many people floating around to cap that last, because that's going to force the Uber out of freakshow, which is going to put them at a disad hole onto last again, which is a situation they've been in 2 times before, and they've lost 2 times before as well, as the scoreboard will attest to.
Yeah, definitely not ideal for them. At least they didn't lose, so they at least have hope here. And the ad isn't... Okay, it is pretty big. Remember, it was healing pretty badly. Daz just walks in and kills people. And Aisha should die as well to Dork. Or to down. He is really
what?
low.
Is Cookie on Pyro?
Oh.
No.
Oh my god, they're actually winning this. I don't understand
Please
how they're
no.
winning this. Oh my god, dude. Cookie's done it to them.
Oh no.
They're just... I actually cannot believe Paulson just killed like their entire team with Pyro on last. I actual speechless, man. Jesus.
You said we wouldn't see anything too cheesy, but I mean, clearly Cookie didn't get the memo.
Cookie's just feeling himself, man. Cookie gets killed here instantly though. And Matt's kind of been abandoned by his team at this point. He's just out.
Right's actually very low as well behind, so that's a lot of space given to freakshow at the moment. Looks like they've got a pretty solid hold over this mid.
Yeah, Cookie may be feeling himself a bit too much and gets killed instantly, being a bit overly aggressive. Matt lucky to survive there. Fane just goes for the sack and might as well. But yeah, finally on the ascension now for freakshow. They're actually in the spot where they can do something. I shot just that's a really interesting sack there, just going straight at it. Now you're down a scout.
Kind of afford to do it. I mean, Feint is back up, and that's a pretty long respawn from my show actually.
Yeah,
so I mean,
there's
they
no
can
way.
Connor
They'll
for it.
definitely sack or trade here. I think they want to trade. They're just trying to figure it out, and Down desperately doesn't want to get dropped here because that'd probably be game over for them.
Dork is
if they
actually
have another.
super deep behind at the moment, already in water.
Yeah, Fane is as well. So in the end, they just get the players behind. They do know though, and Fane is definitely dead here. And Dork is still. They don't know Dork's behind, but it's really hard to do much on this. Actually, Paulson has a sniff of him.
I think you can hear him.
Paulson's on the hunt. And
He
gets
cleans
it.
him up. The Bloodhound Paulson.
Yeah, I feel like they probably could have afforded once again to be a bit more aggressive, but I guess they tried that last time when holding second and it didn't work out. So at least the thing is, Dork died so late. Paulson's actually straight in here, gets some nice rockets, but eventually gets picked off. But yeah, at least Dork died so late that Fane had basically spawned, so it was hard to just push in there. And they'll probably just do it again. Just taking big door once again.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like they plan on going behind. Just a sack into them this time. Matt going down. Lau getting hit up.
Lau's actually
Dork
going to use
forced.
too. Dork has actually destroyed them somehow.
Dork just hitting his shots
Fane
there for
does
sure.
get picked up top, but it opened the space and really nice pipe by Daz. So it's a 4v4, but they should be able to take this pretty easily. Paulson is behind. I think they know because they're kind of peeking at it.
Yep, Riot's going in for the sack onto Miramu. Big
Oh, he's
surf out
definitely
of
got
him.
it. Oh no, Miramu
He
chads
survives
it out.
just.
Chads it out. They're actually going to get back cap if they don't kill Paulson. And really nice shot kill. Oh, yeah, he kills Fane, but unfortunately doesn't get the back cap.
Does mean it's a pretty decent advantage for freakshow going into this last. They're going to have to wait for the players though. Unless they just want to go in while there's three
They
players
need to
down.
win straight away though, or they're just going to lose here because they didn't count the spawns. It looks like they might win straight away. Yeah, they will. So in the end, smart play there. They got the timing just. I think if it was 2 seconds later, they would have lost, but just in time to get the quick cap before they come out of spawn.
There's
Some
finally a
hope for
round
them.
on the board for them, yeah, which is going to be a shift in momentum maybe. They've won the last two mids so far and won the last round, so they're slowly chipping away at 30. Have been definitely improving throughout the course of the map. Big early bomb by Fane, followed up by Connor, who is taking down Cookie. Lau being forced all the way out of the fight. It's going to give the heal advantage to freakshow here. Do
Remember
get
it
a
does
lot
die,
of cleanups, but yeah.
Yeah,
gonna
Lau
win this mid
literally
fight.
having to surf all the way back to last, basically. And Cookie and Aisha got caught, but their solis just made their way in, got the kill on the med. The thing is, his spawn is so bad that they'll probably get second, maybe?
Yeah, I reckon they'll get second here, but they're going to be forced to give it up pretty soon because of how much Uber disad they have, and those are really aggressive spawns out of...
No,
yeah,
they
they're not even
won't.
going to get
Cookie's
second,
just
yeah.
going for it.
Bane is, yeah, he got out of there as well. So they're now on mid, is now 30, probably going to be pushing this. Paulson already in drop down. They're going to be definitely scared of this one. Miramu already holding very far back here. Connor going down during that hold, with Dork being down as well. That's going to be a pretty rough spot, although down is behind.
They need to help him block though. Yeah, they're not going to actually block at all, so the behind play is not going to be able to do anything. He is taking a good fight with Paulson here. Paulson having to just run away from him completely.
Our control point is
Yeah, this is looking actually pretty rough situation now for freakshow. They're back on last again, and that's already the use in from 30. They've gotten 2 picks there as
They
well.
do get
Down
the Uber
and
though,
Daz.
and get some kills with it. It's still going to be tough hold though because of how much time there is on the point. Aisha's just fighting under, and yeah, Dorko's down. I don't see how they hold this. Paulson's actually just destroying them. It's 2 solis versus 2 scouts on point, and it's never good odds for the soldiers. And eventually they'll get whittled
Here's the
down.
spawners, however.
Oh,
Downs on point in time. Daz actually there. Daz trade with
they hit
Aisha.
everything. Actual amazing DM wins it in the end. Both the Waddle Soldier just blocks enough time for the fat damage from down, and Daz. They're still in this one.
It's a fantastic last hold
with
for them.
Ubrad.
With Uber advantage as well. Paulson is planning on going by spy play. Finally, he had the cojones when Cookie didn't. This is going to be a rough push out for them. If Paulson gets his back up, honestly.
He's got the fairy laid out as well. What can go wrong? There's no way this works, right?
There's absolutely no way.
No, God, that was what was he expecting would happen? There's no way that trap wasn't hitting him either, and Cookie dies at the same time too. So there should be a pretty push out, you would hope. Mount's actually having to fight Aisha lower by himself, which is quite odd that they forced him into that situation. Aisha will die for it, so it should still be a push. Oh,
No,
Connor gets trapped. No, back
trap.
to last.
Yeah, this has actually been such a rough push out for them. They had Uber ad for so long. Now it's dwindled. They don't have ad
They just
anymore. So
can't get in quickly at all, and I feel like they wait so long that they're just perfectly set up, or just something like that. Aisha just slows them down, and it messes with them pretty badly.
Earlywash is a really disgusting point to push out of because you have to cover so much ground to get from last to their second. You know, through so many rooms, and
I
you just
think
have to commit so
Riot's
hard.
just on. Does get killed. Oh, Paulson is on. I think they just need to go top though and get out quickly, and then hope
Yeah, exactly.
your people in lobby hold them out. You know, big taunt by Daz there on Cookie.
Cookie
giving
and
it
Paulson
back a
down,
bit.
so this is another opportunity. You do have Dork and
and
Connor
they
taking this
finally
top
go
area.
top, so they can actually walk in. And I shall. They do need to start capping though.
I'm
They
surprised
do
we're
have
not seeing
Uber.
I'm surprised we're not seeing a hard
Paulson this
commit
time
behind
gets
from
capped.
30.
I think Paulson just tried and got stickied off. Cookie is just on. Oh, they're just actually just rushing lobby now. Aisha's going to get punished for it, and now Cookie's absolutely going to get crushed. So really well played there in the end. Going top, as I said.
Yeah, I'd
Actually getting out.
I would expect 30 there just because they were all posted up in big door. I thought they'd just, push lower,
Well,
push in
the thing
behind,
is
try to
that they
clean up the
could, I
players.
feel like if they just Ubered in under, it probably would have worked. But instead, Paulson tried to be sneaky, and Daz was there waiting. And then Cookie tried to rush him afterward, but it was too late, and their Uber just came back and killed him. Well, Cookie kills the med though on the sniper, and after a nice hold, just get angry by Cookie. Unlucky for them.
It's the contest. Who's the most toxic player you can possibly be?
It's always Cookie. He tries to hide it, but he's legit the most toxic player in OZ4.
That's got to be a
He's
serious achievement.
Being caught on. Well, now that Hertz and Rocky are banned, it's Cookie in third. Mate.
There we go.
They're just in mid here though. Connor's doing good damage, and Fane's on as well, but Fane should get cleaned up here. Aisha's missing his shots though, but eventually does. They do get the force actually though. Did not notice from the pop I was at, but in the end, good force there.
Does leave Uber advantage for freakshow here. They're stuck on second, however, so not the greatest place to push from, but time's still got a little bit of time on the clock. 7 minutes 30 is definitely a long enough time for them to get rolling. They don't need to be too stressed out yet, so yeah, I think freakshow do still have the opportunity to turn this around. Holding on to this point, this map actually for so long.
Yeah, it's gonna be really rough, and Daz just gets, once again, just an awful Uber. Someone just gets dropped, they're getting back capped. Paulson will die behind. Miramu's just getting crushed. But yeah, they just Uber in, and it's just a complete disaster for them, just not working out at all. Just so often, I don't know if that was Miramu's fault or Daz's, but just not working at all in these Ubers, and Fane's just in trouble here having to leave top.
Just
And
gets
once
out.
again, full Uber. Yeah, it gets out, but they're actually going to get the back half mid. Dork's actually got this.
Right here, however.
Really
Ooh,
nice
yeah,
block
right
by
getting
him.
deleted.
Oh, Dork actually just activates and probably saves the
Yeah.
game. He does die, but he gets 2 kills and the middle for that. That's so big for them. Once again, like last match, the Dork back half does it for them.
There's actually some really crazy plays coming out of Freak Show to keep holding on to this round so far. 2 players down, they're not pushing it because Dork's still dead. And now those players are up on the side of 30. 30's looking to push this
The thing is, they still have
aggressively.
ad, but they're going to get during this Uber and they'll be able to refight. And yeah, they get the insta-4. Spain will die for it, but this is going to be such a better Uber. And yeah, Laos basically been left for dead here if they hit, and down does hit. They just need to not feed too much because they have lost both Solis. Right will feed for this though, and they need to block the point. But unfortunately, they're kind of just been bullied back to last, so...
They do have their spawners now, however,
And
and Dork,
Dork
they're
just
just clean up
going at
Cookie.
it. And Dork realizes they just need a frag and get out of here. They just need to get out quick, and they are. Paulson's not about to do anything at all here, and so just jumps away.
But second is still held by Freak Show. They do have a little bit of Uber here. I don't know if they're going to be able to use this. But they do have second fully capped now, so we'll see how they manage to get the advantage for mid.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to wait.
At least
They
Dork
are
puts up
basically just
awesome.
going for it. Once again, Dork is just crushing it this round. They're completely doing it for them. And Cookie does body shot him and headshots Dork, but he will 100% die here, you would hope. Nice rockets
there
by
he
Fane,
goes.
does get it. And this can definitely be around here. Or it basically has to be for their chances. They'll have tiny ad, but it probably won't be enough by the time they get to last. But at least because of all the fat kills from Dork, they have a chance.
Exactly. Now at least they're in a position where they're the ones pushing into last instead of holding it. Sure, they don't have the Uber, but are they just going to go for the trade here, or how do they want to play this one?
I think you still kind of have to try and sack a bit. You still have 5 minutes. It's kind of aggro just to trade, because if it goes badly, your game's probably over.
Especially on Gully Wash, where there's already a heavy and an engineer.
Yeah, heavy Andrew. You kind of just have to go for point plays, I think, to begin with, and spam the gun. Like, basically do what 30 were doing and building the dispenser in front of the gun. XD Cookie. It's a funny one. They do actually just come in here, and they are going to get the force and probably end the gun. But Daz does once again get dropped, and Mirimu's dead. That's the danger. Like, if you go for the aggressive, Laos should die here though.
Just going for that
Right,
serious
actually,
post
they're trying to get the back half, but pretty much disaster in the end though. Because if the Uber doesn't go perfectly there, then you're in big trouble. Daz getting killed, and then Mirimu getting half a second from getting out, getting stuck, and unless there's like catastrophic failure here, which Fane goes for it, but yeah, unless 30 completely collapses here, then in 2 rounds, even if you get backstabbed or something at this point, you're still in big poo-poo.
That Uber's being built very fast by Lau as well. They're going to have a really fat Uber for pushing this middle with Mirimu's and the rest of Freak Show already holding pretty far back onto this mid. Connor in perfect position to try to force them. But
The thing is, you don't even need to come in. You can just wait here, which
sure enough.
I think they will use because it's not the finals, but like if it was a grand final, 3 minutes left, you could literally just wait and you'd probably win. You
Sure
can't
enough,
go
only
wrong
3
at this
minutes
point.
left on point, on clock, so... The game, however, are going into it. The Uber has finally built for the side of Freak Show here, and Paulson getting Fane, but Dork getting Cookie is going to leave 30 in too much of a good position here. Riot going down as well as Connor as well. The Ubers have come out from both teams here, but position looks a bit better for 30, and they might actually be able to clean up Mirimu here. He goes down to a really nice rocket by Paulson, so does Daz. And unless Dork gets a miracle, nope. That's,
Well, even if he kills them there, they're still probably losing. It's just there's so many close fights, but in the end, Suarez just been coming out just enough on top. Or if they do lose, it's not like a catastrophic loss, while Freak Show's losses have just been catastrophic generally, and led to round losses or getting pushed like all the way back to last. And now it's a very, very rough one. They just have to go for plays now. Aisha's really low here. Dork is actually just going at him. Down does die as well, but Aisha is killed and Paulson. Cookie's in lobby trying for something, but it's actually a pretty good YOLO fight. And Lau dies.
Yeah.
Dork kills Cookie here. It's not over. If they go last to last and then win mid, you can still technically win, but it's going to be very rough. But good on them for trying.
I just
Once
want to at
again,
least get
it's all
to
bleeding.
3-2.
Right dead instantly there too, so they are capping very slow, but it is happening.
They do have that big Uber advantage as well. They've got the momentum. Cookie is sniping from forwards, however. They're going to need to keep Miramu safe from him. So far, they just don't have any players really into second so far. Well, they do, but their main combo being out of it, giving it a little bit of opportunity for 30, who are now back holding last. This is the thing. You have a heavy up, a sentry up, a minute left on the clock, and the last push freakshow did into this didn't really work fantastically. This
Yeah,
time
the
it's
thing
fully
is, they
rated.
kind of have to be capping already. Because there are just so many people behind Paulson and all that. They're actually just going to almost insta-cap it. Cookie wasn't really alert there and just gets saved in the end by his DM. But yeah,
Daz
that's
is going
game
for the back
over.
cap.
Even if he somehow wins this, he doesn't let him time to win anymore.
Is being captured.
Yeah,
Oh,
true
he's
enough.
being trolled by Cookie eating on the point. But yeah, I mean, promising signs there for Freak Show, but Swari once again, /30, just showing that at the moment they're just one tiny step ahead. It was basically like the first 10 minutes they just kind of memed on them a bit. Cookie just somehow capping a lot, but he really shouldn't have been allowed. Then they just held on.
Yeah, Freakshow definitely rocking things a little bit harder later on Gully Wash. I mean, even on Snakewater, they started winning more mids kind of later on in the game than they did at the start of it. So I don't know. I feel like Freakshow's started getting a hold on how they're playing against 30, and only up from here. I kind of feel might be interesting to see the rematch in the finals. But yeah, really well played by 30 anyway. Pretty convincing win on Gully Wash and narrow win on Snakewater. And we should actually also have logs up for this soon. Alright, yeah, I'll give a shout out to the intellectual powerhouses as always. Both teams for a really close match. And shout out to KritzKast for covering, not just great Australian Highlander, but also great Australian Sixers. Always great to bring more attention to the scene. And of course, a shout out to the Patreon and the Twitch subscribers who help make this thing possible.